Is that all you want to talk about today, villager? P9 facts? P9 facts? I mean, sure, let's go. Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new stream on this beautiful Monday. Today, we're back with another Just Chatting Mondays. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope the weekend was quite alright, actually. There was no stream on Friday, unfortunately. Like, I basically had the same problem as the week before. Didn't quite know what to do. But, other than that, doing quite fine. Yeah, last weekend wasn't really all that eventful. There is one thing which I do want to share with you, though. And you know what? Let's just get right into it. Let's go over to this camera right here. So you're saying that the police have surrounded my Hold on. I don't think that there's any police outside here, not as far as I can hear, and also not as far as I can... Okay, there's something weird here in OBS. I don't know entirely what it is, but I know it's not about a penis, or a double-headed penis, that's for sure. That is for... It's a secret police. Oh, I see. It's all about the secret police. Does the secret police also cause this? Does the secret police also fuck with my cameras? Because, like, honestly, I do not know what the hell is going on. Let me go and swap back to this camera right here, because I think that there's something weird going on. I kind of want to, you know, fix it. So let us go back here. See whether that fixes something, I guess? What the fuck? Hold on. Okay. Let me see what the hell happened there. It seemed like something changed more with that camera. Let me try again, okay? 3, 2, 1. You see, sometimes when you, like, change your cameras and you reset them, like, they restart. Okay, they haven't really reset, and they haven't done anything better, really. That is strange. How many shirts do I have? I mean, I only have one on right now. I'm not like a Doug DeMuro, like, for God's sake, dude. Also, let me change this song, because, like, I'm not... Yeah, it's not really great. So, yeah. It's really strange. Like, yeah, like, the camera kind of affects me, which is weird, right? Like, oh my... Like, I don't know, it's like... Is there any settings, or... Let me go back. Let me try again, because, like, if your fear is correct, and if we go back to that camera, it should fix it. Let me see. Let me see, because, like, I have absolutely, like, honestly, like, I'm as stunned as you are, because, honestly, like, the one moment I'm here, the other moment I'm there, fuck, man. Like, dude, I was not... Okay, I have to say that's kind of crazy. It's kind of weird. Is it... What is this? What is this, some weird kind of extra dimension, where not only do we go into a void with, well, this room is taken out and the green screen kind of fills up that void, but also something different happens. Something to me. Yeah, as you mentioned, it's like a green screen kind of takes away the green pixels and replaces it with something else. Does that mean that something is replaced on me? That there's green on me? I don't think there's green on me. I think there may be something else going on. Some magic? Is it the secret police? Is it a secret spell? Did I engage in a contract with a fiend? Who knows, dude? Who fucking knows? But yeah, there must be some sort of explanation for this. Don't you think? Who knows? Who knows what it may be? Yeah, that's right. You may have figured it out already. You may have figured out already that I cannot read chat. I cannot speak with you live. Even though the stream may be live right now, even though you may be commenting on this on chat right now, I am not actually live. This is not actually Monday, because this is actually Saturday's stream. Actually, it's not a stream, it's a recording. And these will be the last moments on stream in which my hair will be long until the next time that it grows out, which will be, I don't know when. Anyway, enjoy the last few seconds. This has been Long Haircut Me, signing out of the stream. Long Haircut Me has been with you for the past 1.5 years, basically, since I didn't really feel like getting my hair cut during lockdown. However, lockdown's over now, so time for the hair to go. I hope you'll enjoy my new follow-up, Shortcut Michel. Give him a warm welcome. I shall now move away and give this seed to him. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you all next time, whenever that may be. Alright, there we are. What's up, everyone? How's it going, villager? Yep, I actually did cut my hair. It is all fucking gone. No more long hair to deal with. No more hats to put on so the hair doesn't get in my bloody face all the time. It is actually smooth. It's actually like kind of short now. So why do you have a 1920s haircut? Because maybe it is the 2020s and I want to go back to 100 years ago when we didn't have the bloody pandemic. Well, the pandemic is like almost like the strong lockdowns are over, and also like seriously, I was like really done with, you know, like I kind of like the long hair, but at the same time, it's like whenever like you would look forward, it would just like get in your face. I would like wear hats a lot of the times because like it would just like get around. So yeah, don't worry, we'll get more lockdowns. Maybe I'll grow out my hair again. Like I don't know. I thought it was fun to do. I thought it was like a fun thing to engage myself with, but yeah, it is what it is. We're back now with the short hair, and maybe I'll grow it long out. Maybe I won't. I have no idea. So yeah, how was your weekend, man? How's the weekend been treating you? I hope it's been alright. Last week was like a really busy week. We're kind of like closing off like a busy period, especially with uni, but also with like work and stuff. So like right now I'm kind of on that tipping point where like I'm getting more and more things done, and because of that I will have more time for streams and videos. Well, basically streams has been like kind of consistent except for Friday. As I said, like I had no idea what to do on Friday. We still kind of have like I still have to find like a good game to kind of play whenever like we're not doing like story time streams. I thought maybe Apex would be the thing, but like we tried Apex last week, and basically like if we look at last week, yeah, we didn't really figure it out. There's no on-screen chat. Holy shit. Well, I guess it's here now. I don't know why that was gone. But yeah, weekend has been a weekend. I was very busy with sleeping. I mean, sleeping is good, man. Sleeping is good. Sleeping recovers like a lot of things in your body. You get stronger with it. Well, actually, you don't really get stronger. Then Apex had a new gameplay thing, trailer thing. Yeah, like they're adding a brand new like beach map in the next season. I think the new season's coming in like 2 or 3 weeks or something. Maybe I'll get like a couple of people together to like go play that. But yeah, it's like a brand new map, and yeah, it's like so like yeah, nobody cares. Now play Halo 4. So the thing with Apex is not necessarily that I don't care. I don't care about it as a solo game. So I think that when you're playing, when you're playing the game itself, the core game is really good. But there's basically like a bit of a problem with this game, and that's something which you see with a lot of battle royales, is that like the payoff, like there's a lot of preparation. The payoff is just really bad. So in order to let me explain this. So basically what you have is like in every game you kind of have a gameplay loop, right? So like you're going to be playing a game. Like let's say you play a game of cards. Like the game is to like, you know, play the cards. Let's say if I play this game. Let's say I played a game of the Rubik's Cube. For some people, absolute hell. For some people, like really fun. Like the gameplay loop of like doing the Rubik's Cube is basically just like twisting and fiddling around with it until like you know you figure out how it goes, and it's kind of like the same thing. It can be like oddly satisfying because you see the colors coming back together. It's a very simple, very like rudimentary gameplay loop, but it's something that like the entire activity is constructed out of like doing like this thing right here, where you're just like constructing this thing. It's always like kind of the same moves. It's always kind of like solving the same problems. And that's what you see in every single game. Like, every single game has a certain gameplay loop where basically you're going to be doing certain things a lot of times. And these things are going to be quite enjoyable. In Warframe, it's like sliding around and hacking and slacking at enemies and using your abilities to, like, loot a bunch of stuff. In games like Apex, it's like go and kill enemies with the guns and the heroes that you have. In Halo, it's like go and play the multiplayer, like in a multiplayer, like killing people with, like, the guns and the equipment available to you. However, like the thing that a lot of battle royales, and especially Apex, suffer from is that like you have a really short gameplay loop. So if you go over like an Apex Legends session, it's basically like you load in, and loading in takes a long time. So basically like you're spending like 20 seconds to 30 seconds loading in. Then you're gonna go for like a 30-second character selection, which like you're spending about a minute just like loading and selecting your character. Then you're spending time dropping, which is kind of tactical, but also not really, because like basically you're just choosing where you're gonna be spawning in, and you can't really do much during the time of like landing. Except like massively fuck it up and like land later than each other, but still, you know, you're landing. And then the moment you've landed, like the gameplay doesn't really begin. It's still like a chance, because like no one has anything, so you're gonna like jump for like the crates, and then when you jump on the crates, like hopefully you'll get a good weapon, but you're not quite sure, because the game wants you to feel special when you get a weapon. So basically what you have is that you have this thing where, okay, so the moment you get yourself like your big weapons, like oh shit, and now you gotta fight. If you don't have that, you don't even get a gameplay loop, you're just dead. If you do have it, like you can have a good gameplay loop that starts. But like, let's say that you survive that first minute of like big fighting, like you're already like either like ahead or behind the rest. And you're going to be able to like use that a little bit against like all the upcoming fights. So like you're not really having this even match. You're kind of like having like, you're kind of a little bit ahead or a little bit behind. And if you play and you lose, like basically your entire gameplay shuts down, you're gonna have to reload in again. So like your entire gameplay loop, like the thing that makes the game fun is such a short amount of the game. And it's so influenced by like how lucky you are on the drop, how lucky you are on like the weapons you get, how lucky you are in like the people you face, how lucky you are with the people on your team. There are so much like elements of luck that the enjoyment of the game, the chance that you get to enjoy the game, like that becomes a chance for a really short amount of time instead of like, I'm just gonna enjoy the game for like 2 or 3 hours straight, like I do with Halo. Like the moment I boot up Halo, for instance, to play this game, same with Nier Automata, same with like Warframe as well. It's like you boot it up and you know you're gonna be in for like fun as long as the game lasts. And I think that when it comes to Apex, like in a solo experience, I think it's actually like not that great of an experience. I think that the gameplay loop itself is really rewarding. I think that it's really cool. The gunplay is really fantastic. The characters are really fantastic. So in that sense, like there is a really like a lot of good stuff behind it. But if you play it solo, like there's so much chance, because you also get a chance of like characters, like what is it, not characters, you're gonna get the random chance of teammates, because you don't know who your teammates are, and you have the random chance of like also like what kind of character setup you're gonna run with, because like with friends you can kind of like, you know, decide like what are we gonna run, what combination are we gonna do. You don't have that with randoms. So because of that, like you're adding so many level of chance, and like for only this really short window of time that might be fun, it's like, I don't know, like I don't see it really to be worth it. When you're playing together, like you of course still have this really small window of time, but you have less chance to it. And at the same time, what you also have is that you have this extra element of like, hey, we're doing something together, or like we're having an overarching narrative, because you know we're just like having fun, going back and forth with bantering. So like there is more to say for team-based Apex, like playing it together with like a community, playing it together with friends, playing it together with like people you know online, than just playing by yourself. And I think that is something which I think is really like, has really struck me with Apex, is like when it comes to like a solo experience, I'm not really enjoying it all that much. When it comes to like a team play experience, I still enjoy it. So that's kind of like where I stand. And like the new map kind of looks cool. Like to be honest, like it looks like a pretty sweet thing. But yeah, like I'm gonna have to see it in action, and yeah, we'll see. The new Legend as well coming out, I think in about 2 weeks time. So we'll see about that. But yeah, now play Halo 4. Now speaking of Halo, actually, last week we went through Halo 2. We're almost there. I think like we're about like one stream away from Halo 2, and I'm moving on to Halo 3. Holy shit! Now I've heard that Halo 4 is supposed to be like the bad Halo, because that one wasn't made by Bungie. That will not be this week, but I'm quite curious. Also, one thing which I figured out is that they haven't remastered Halo 3. They've only remastered 1 and 2. They will never remaster Halo 3, or as far as they're telling us right now, which is really sad because it looks so good. Like Halo 2 looks so good, and like I don't know, I'm kind of like preparing myself mentally for that setback when basically we're gonna see the graphics just take a step back. I think, like, I don't know when Halo 3 came out, but yeah, we will see when that happens. So yeah, like that's basically like a bit of Apex. Last week as well, I really enjoyed Halo 2. It was so much better than I thought it would be. And yeah, overall, dude, like I don't know, I'm having a good time, just trying to figure out like what kind of games I can play in the, like in between like the gameplay sessions. We'll just have to figure out that for this week. I don't really have a straight up plan, but I think we're gonna have a framecast this week, so that will like kind of like take up a stream slot as well. And other than that, it's just like we're just gonna have to figure it out. So yeah, that is basically like that's basically like last week. So yeah, last weekend was just like a lot of like also work around the house, and basically just like getting things done. It's like it's always like 1 or 2 weeks in which everything needs to be done, and then we can move on. So hopefully this week we're also going to be having what is it? We are going to be having words. More videos. I'm working on like the final video of like Halo 1, just doing that summary. That should be coming out soon, and then Halo 2, 1 and 2 will come around. I'm honestly like quite excited for it. Actually, hold on, can I already take a look at like Halo 3 screenshots? Because I kind of want to like mentally prepare myself so like my first reaction to like Halo 3 will not be this like, oh, disappointment. So let me see right here, Halo 3. Now this right here just looks like press release. If this is in game, that actually doesn't look too bad. Like, to be honest, if this is like I can't imagine this will be from in game, because this all just looks like posters and shit. But also, like, what is that Halo Free ODST? Because, like, I kind of need to figure out, because, like, it seems like ODST is, like, something else. I kind of want to see, like, what the hell that is. Because I know that Halo Free ODST, like, what is that? Because I know that we have, like, Halo Free, and then it says Halo Free ODST. It's a first-person shooter developed by Bungie and published by Microsoft Game Studios. It's a 4th installment. Okay, so it's a separate installment. Because, like, I wasn't quite sure whether this was, like, an expansion to it, or whether it was, like, a separate thing. It was released on the 360 in 2009. Players assumed the role of UNSC soldiers known as Orbital Drop Shock Troopers, or ODSTs, during and after the events of Halo 2. In the game's campaign mode, players explore the ruined city to discover what happened to their missing teammates in the midst of an alien invasion. Holy shit, so we actually, like, go back to the invasion. Oh my god, that is really cool. That is actually, like, pretty damn cool. So, like, basically Halo 3, I think Halo 3 will still be, what is it? Like, Master Chief? I guess, if he still survives. I think he survives. But man, that is really awesome. That is really, really fucking sweet. So then, like, Halo 4 is Halo 4. Like, because, like, I heard from people that Halo 4 was maybe, like, not made by Bungie. Halo 4 is the first-person shooter developed by Free for Free. Yeah, it is Free for Free Industries. Actually, like, what is Free for Free? Because, like, I thought that Free for Free Industries was kind of, like, I knew there was Bungie, and, like, I don't know where Free for Free kind of, like, fit in. It's a 4th installment. Let's see. Development began in 2009, continued into 2012. Halo 4, Free for Free's first original title within the Halo series. Previously, this was undertaken by Bungie, the creator of the franchise. In the developmental process, Free for Free Industries decided to explore the Forerunner fiction within the Halo universe. But why was that changed, actually? I kind of, like, want to see production, because I don't need to know anything before, but I kind of want to see development right here, maybe. In October, Halo developer Bungie split off from parent company Microsoft. Microsoft retained the intellectual property and rights to Halo, and Bungie continued developing Halo games until 2010. During this period of time, Microsoft formed an internal division, Free for Free Industries. Okay, so that's basically just like their Halo developer, to manage the franchise and develop future games. In 2008, it was still information. Microsoft approached the Starlight Runner Entertainment to help assemble the Halo Bible. It's a okay, so that is interesting. It's kind of interesting to see, like, how like that Bungie kind of, like, split up from Microsoft, and, like, they don't own the rights to. So I'm kind of, like, let's see. So, like, Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is also Free for Free, I'd imagine. Yeah, it's Free for Free Industries on Xbox Game Studios for Microsoft. Yeah, so it's not Bungie is not coming back. I guess not, because, like, they're not merging with Microsoft anymore. But yeah, like, Bungie, like, oh man, it's kind of like it's kind of crazy, like, when I'm, like, going for, like, these good games and then seeing, like, what has come out of it. So basically, like, Mass Effect, the way that ends up into Anthem, and then Bungie right here. I guess Destiny. But Destiny is what it is. So yeah, Microsoft acquired Bungie in 2000, and its project Halo Combat Evolved was repurposed as a launch title. Holy shit! So they were working on Halo before they were acquired by Microsoft. I kind of want to see, like, what this development thing was like, because, like, basically I know very little about it. So Halo was conceived as an indirect successor to Bungie's previous first-person shooter games Marathon and Durandal. Didn't know about that. According to the company's co-founder, certain motifs of both Halo and Marathon series, such as their similar protagonists and representation of AI, stem from a stylistic archetypes. What is Marathon like? Marathon is a first-person shooter. Let's see. Let's see if I go here and then, like, Marathon Bungie. Let's see if we can get some gameplay of this. Marathon Halo retrospective 20th anniversary. Let's see here. This seems to be more like gameplay. Let me go mute this tab right here. Then let me go take a look. Marathon 02. This feels like an entirely different era of what is it? An entirely different era of first-person shooters, basically. Like the non-3D side, right here. Let's see if it wants to load. I mean, like, they were playing on many different computers there, but, like, this right here feels so different than, like, Halo. Halo does see, like I can see the title a lot more now. Combat Evolved. If you look at something like this and you compare that to, like, something like Combat Evolved, like, the Combat was definitely evolved from this. That's for sure. That is for sure. So yeah, Marathon. Didn't know about that. But yeah,
Halo kind of came about after that. One of the ideas the team then began to develop was a first-person shooter game, which was the natural extension of Marathon, which would turn out to be something along the lines of Quake. Concurrently, the team explored the concept of vehicular combat game that featured tank battles in a futuristic setting. So yeah, the team was enthusiastic about that prospect and proceeded to cancel their first-person shooter project, which has underwent 2 months of work to commit to the creation of the giant bloody war game. I wish I would have called it that, the giant bloody war game. However, Jones struggled to implement the physics models that could simulate vehicles in the game, which led Bungie to change their plan and develop a real-time strategy game, Myth: The Fallen Lord, which was released in 1997. Around that time, Bungie compromised off 15 people. Wow, 15 people! Bungie, the entire game studio, 15 people, holy shit. After Myth was completed and Bungie decided on the sequel, Jones delegated its development to other designers. Where I'm there to go on to talk about Halo again. Yeah, from that framework, a group of 3 began to work on a real-time strategy game with a focus on science fiction, realistic physics simulation, and 3-dimensional terrain. So yeah, like this seems to like kind of be something where like, oh man, let's do something really cool, but let's do some other projects to kind of like learn from them. Experimenting with ways of controlling units, Bungie added a mode that attached the camera to individual units. The vantage point continually moved closer to the units as the developers realized that it would be fun for players to drive vehicles rather than have the computer do it, and controlling the vehicle. Just that double tactile nature to load a dude in, get a dude out, hands on the steering wheel. It was like this. This shouldn't be an RTS game. That's what they said. Days before the, let's say, so like basically they announced it somewhere. Uses contacts. Oh, he uses contacts at Apple to debut the game at a Macworld conference and expo. Holy shit! Imagine like going to like an Apple event or like someone's like showing you like a brand new first-person shooter they're making. Holy shit! So yeah, that is Halo was shown in E3 2001. It was still a third-person shooter game. Shit. So like it was actually the Master Chief was simply known as Cyborg at that time. These early so actually the story premise at this point involved a human transport ship that crash lands on a mysterious ring world. Early versions of the Covenant aliens arrive to loot what they can, and war erupts between them and the humans. Unable to match the technologically advanced alien race, the humans resort to guerrilla warfare. At this point, Bungie promised an open world game with terrain that reacted and deformed from explosions, persistent environmental details such as spent shell casings and variable weather, none of which made it into the final product. These early versions of Halo-specific fauna later dropped following design difficulties and the creature's detraction from the surprise appearance of the Flood. The Master Chief was simply known as the Cyborg. When Halo was shown, it was so for that is actually quite interesting because like I remember like looking at that world and being like, man, this could be quite an interesting open world. You can kind of see that. This map actually is like quite big. Like most of the time, like if you look at something like Call of Duty, even to this day, like their maps are super linear. Like they just point you to like one single thing. And here, like this entire thing is kind of just like, yo, let's go like kind of like making up world. Oh no, we're just gonna go make it like a first-person shooter story game. I think they did great. I think they did great though, because like that kind of like kept it around. It's still like very valid as like a story game, and I feel like right now there's been like a big hype in open world games. I'm kind of getting tired of them. Imagine if they started that back in 2000. How tired we'd be of that right now. So yeah, Bungie's financial situation during Halo's development was precarious. So Bungie was surviving on Myth sales and had missed release dates. A glitch that caused Myth 2 to wipe the console off the directory it was installed to was discovered after 200,000 copies had been produced. Holy shit. Bungie recalled the copies and issued a fix, costing the company $800,000. Holy shit. As a result, Bungie sold a share of the company and publishing rights to Take-Two Interactive. Still facing financial difficulties, Bungie's Tamti contacted the head of Microsoft Game Studios about a possible acquisition. Interesting. So basically they kind of like fucked up with like a release of theirs, and that cost them a bunch of money. So yeah, Microsoft acquired Bungie in June 19, 2000, and then Halo became the tentpole launch game for the Xbox. Must be weird though, because like Bungie like really fucking grew, I guess, from Halo, and then basically like they grew from like a 15 per person studio to like whatever the fuck their size is right now. Can we see what their size is right now? Let me see. Bungie right now. So Bungie Software Products Corporation, Bungie Studios, Bungie LLC. Number of employees about 600. So they grew from 15 to about 600 employees, which is insane. Like big growth, like seriously big growth. Impressive. But then to imagine that, like, they have to break up and it costs them, like, the franchise that make them big, basically. That's kind of interesting. So, like, is there anything about, like, the way that they broke up? Their first project, let's see. On October 7th, Bungie announced it split from Microsoft and become a privately held independent company, while Microsoft retained ownership of the Halo franchise intellectual property. It signed a 10-year publishing deal with Activision in 2010. Their first project was Destiny. Yeah, that is interesting. Oh man, going from Microsoft to Activision is quite big. But like, I'm actually quite curious as to like why they split up. Because it would seem as though basically like what you'd have is that, you know, you go independent, but then why did you go to Activision? Because like, yeah. But yeah. Let's see. Bungie had been required. The reasons Bungie accepting Microsoft's offer were varied. I don't remember. It was all a blur. We've been talking to people for years. Activision made an offer, but to work for Xbox was quite cool. Whatever. Anyway, as a result of the buyout, the rights to Myth and Oni were transferred to Take-Two Interactive, which at the time owned 19.9% of the studio, as a part of a freeway deal between these things. Most of the original Oni developers were able to continue to work on Oni until the release of 2001. Halo Combat Evolved, meanwhile, which became a hit, became part of that. Let's see, Halo's success led Bungie to create 2 sequels. Halo 2 was released in 2004, making more than $125 million on release day and setting a record in the entertainment industry. And Halo 3 was released on 2007, surpassing Halo's 2 records. Wow. So, in October 1, Microsoft and Bungie announced that Bungie was splitting off from its parent and becoming a private company, basically. As outlined in the deal, Microsoft would retain a minority stake and continue to partner with Bungie on publishing and marketing both Halo and future products, with Halo intellectual property belonging to Microsoft. Curious. So like they were kind of like striking the deal where basically like Bungie was going to continue to work with Microsoft. That's kind of cool. But I don't really see much of that. So yeah, let's see. So yeah. At E3 2009, Bungie and Microsoft revealed the company had worked on another Halo-related game, Halo Reach, for 2010. Reach was the last game of the Halo franchise to be developed by Bungie. Okay, so Reach was the last thing. Okay, so yeah, they continued expanding. So there's not much about like really the reason why they split up, but basically, yeah, like they went into Destiny, and that's basically what they've done for the last couple of years. In addition to doubling its headquarters space in Washington, Bungie announced plans to open a new studio in Amsterdam. Holy shit, they're opening a studio here. This would support additional stuff not only for Destiny, but also for additional media to Destiny outside of video games, as well as a new intellectual property unrelated to Destiny that Bungie expects to release by 2025. Holy shit. I'm actually quite interested in like what another Bungie game which wouldn't be Destiny would be like, because that is honestly kind of interesting. I don't know, like the thing with Bungie is that like it's kind of like I love their Halo stuff so far. I haven't seen the free Halo stuff other than just like, you know, the multiplayer gameplay. So I can't judge it. Basically, like the way that I intend to play is I think free ODST Reach, then 4 and 5. So we go for the Bungie era, and then we go into the free era, and then we should be ready for like the free Halo Infinite, and then we can like see how much that differs. But I have to say that like Destiny doesn't strike me as like remotely as much as Halo does. Like, I'm sorry, but I know that there's like an entire Destiny community that loves that game to death. But I think that to me, like the thing that really sets Halo apart from Destiny is like, yeah, like both of them have like fast expanded universe with a lot of lore that isn't really being told to you. You just gotta dig it up. But I think Halo at least sets up this franchise. Like, I didn't know that the big bulky dudes, which you gotta shoot like in the back, where I always find like some kind of cheat way to take them down. I did not know that these guys were basically like entire like colonies of like hive minds of like individuals like working like living together basically. That formed like this entire unit. I didn't know about that. And then someone came in the chat and told me like, oh my god, that's like this entire thing. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Wish I'd known that, but this game doesn't tell me. But at least this game gives me an entire world that's kind of interesting to follow. Whereas like Destiny, dude, Destiny's experience is literally just like you just walk with the gun. It's like there's some like random dude just like jammering in your ear. You don't really hear him over the sound of the gunplay. Granted, Halo doesn't really do that right either. It's kind of shit at that too. But at least, like, you have really cool, like, cinematics, really cool, like they do cinematics very well as well in Destiny, but they just keep on deleting their story things. They keep on deleting the story. They're gonna be deleting, what is it? Holy shit, fuck, I forgot the name. The really good Destiny update. Really good Destiny update. What was that called? I think it was something with, like, an F or something. Destiny 2, Forsaken. That's it. Forsaken, a really good Destiny. Forsaken, they're gonna be deleting Forsaken from their game. Like, that was the thing that everyone's like, holy shit, let's go back to Destiny 4. But like, no, nah, we're deleting that. And I think that is something which really rubs me like the wrong way with Destiny. It's like, it was always a game which was kind of like weird if you compared it to like Warframe at the time, that like these two games are compared. It wasn't really entirely just, but you know, at least the thing that Warframe had, even though it's like so shit at releasing anything right now, holy fuck. I'm so glad I'm like out of that game, because it's like, it's so bad. It is so fucking bad. It's like, I don't know, we're approaching November. Like, I'm not expecting a new war this year. If that comes out this year, like, it's still years too late. But anyway, regardless, we're not talking Warframe now. We're talking Destiny. Destiny was always weird because of like how much like you had, like, you paid for the base game for $60, 40 games for like every expansion, or $60 for every expansion. It was like, was it really worth it? But yeah, I mean, like, it's at least there was like some progression here. Like right now, it's just like gone. Like, I don't really see a reason to play it other than, you know, you might do PvP, you might do like the rage or something. But for like a story game, like, I really don't give a shit about the story, because like they're just deleting their story, so why should I care? But seeing like what they do with Halo so far, I really hope that they are going to continue it. I really hope that they're going to continue something great. They're going to start up a franchise which isn't a live service, which isn't like an open world microtransaction thing, but might just be like a good franchise of like single player games. I really hope that the market might have changed and shifted towards that, because that would be really, really sweet. Like, honestly, like, I'd be kind of looking forward to that. So yeah, that's 2025. Actually, like, Bungie in Amsterdam. Let me see if I can find something more about that. We could go and visit. Bungie Amsterdam, first international offers in Amsterdam. Let's see. Is there any locations they're specifying? Let's see. I have no idea. A pipeline of growth for the Netherlands creative sector. I think honestly, like, I don't like. Actually, Horizon Zero Dawn was made in Holland. There are a couple of Dutch studios, but it's not as big. So yeah. Amsterdam is a hotspot for the global gaming industry, with other games like Blue Mammoth Games using the city as its first established foothold in Europe. The Dutch capital also opened its first dedicated esports stadium in 2019. I do not know about that. I have not heard about that. I've lived in Amsterdam my entire life. I do not know about that. Where is this? Age 20 esports will open the doors to the Rabo Esports Stadium in Amsterdam. Where the heck is that? Holy shit, I wanted to... hold on. The Rabo Esports Stadium in Amsterdam. What is that? Dude, I kind of want to see that. Like, where is that? What does that look like? Did they have pictures of it? The stadium. Is that, like... Oh, man. It's kind of like an exposition. Dude, I was imagining, like, a stadium. I was imagining, like you know... Kind of like a... Like you know, how soccer clubs have... Like, you... I don't know. It's something alright. It's something alright, but does this really look like a stadium? This looks more like a convention center. I was like, holy shit, they built like, you know, an entire football stadium, and instead of that, it's like people watching people play esports. Which, like, I don't know, like, I really think like esports itself is quite impressive. Like, to be honest, it's like, it's really, really cool, like, how people are able to like play that good. But I really don't know what, like, the benefit of like watching it live, like on location, like filling an entire stadium. I don't know whether that can really happen. I mean, like, it probably happens, because otherwise this wouldn't be made, but I think, like, it suits so much better to be on Twitch. Just, like, watch it while you're playing yourself, basically. So, yeah, that's interesting. I did not know about that. But, yeah, I have no idea where Bungie will be. If they come around, who knows? I'll figure it out. But they're kind of, like, they're coming in 2022, so next year, basically. So, yeah. Anyway, Halo is going to be to, like, this week. Other than that, basically there is Framecast maybe this week, and yeah, not all that much else, because basically it's just like a really busy week. Bunch of stuff going on basically. So apart from like the haircut and such. So yeah, that's kind of looking forward to that. Other than that, I don't really know all that much to mention. Yeah. I don't think this stream will be very long though, because like I kind of also like, given that there's like a lot going on, I also just kind of like have to like get some work done after this. So basically like today the stream was kind of like just to like catch up a little bit, make sure we do a Monday stream, and let you know that the hair is gone. Don't be surprised when you see the hair is no longer there. So yeah, anyway, that is it basically, I think, for today. I will be seeing you guys around another time. tomorrow we're gonna be finishing off Halo 2, and then yeah, we'll see what will be coming around. We'll be going around. Have a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you all I guess tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. See you around. Have a good one, and goodbye.